I come from a very dysfunctional background. I was under psychiatry at 8 years old, heroin by 11, and lived sort of a life sort of marred with drugs and alcohol and criminal activity, really.
We're often down but never out. I hope that's been stated clear. Cause we're speeding into the great unknown, with the past ringing in our ears. And don't feel restless.
My name's Mark Johnson.
Generation Y, oh why, we're network night and day. Is it easy to feel so alone?
I really believe that there's a real need and a gap also in the third sector as a whole to have user-led organisation where it survives off its own energy. And that's when I struck a few conversations with some very influential business people, Rod Aldridge being amongst them, and User Voice was born, really.
The first time I met Mark, he brought a group of young people from an area in Kidderminster in Birmingham who had experienced a range of life difficulties. And I think to have an organisation that truly is user-led, with ex-offenders managing and running, but who understand the policy environment is paramount.
Prison Council is User Voice's flagship programme. When we come to look into the council model and using it, there's various reports being done by Prison Reform Trust. We found 20 prison councils in existence around the country, and we feel that the participants of the council should own it, and that's why it's ex-offender led, and there's a need to have that ex-offender led to show this sort of narrative and show how you can get from custody to community.
There was a proper polling station and tellers, and the IMB came and did the count. There was an official count process. It's an authentic election process. So you have individuals standing for 4 groups, which represent 4 key issues that they think are the most important in the prison.
It's an ethically sound model that allows the service provider and service user to enter a communicative dialogue with one another.
We've been running workshops, we've had modules that we've adhered to along the way, we've had MP come in to talk about the best way to campaign. Being an ex-offender, but also now working in the prison system, I can actually see both sides. We've got it on the 3 prisons, we've got it in Parkhurst, Albany, and at the moment we're just running for election in Camp Hill.
Having a proper prison council election has been a phenomenally successful and very simple method of getting prisoners involved in trying to shape the community of which they're a part. It's attracted the most articulate and therefore sometimes the most frustrated of prisoners, and given them an opportunity not just to voice solutions to problems, but actually feel that they are contributing to creating a better environment.
We all know that coming into prison and leaving prison can be a daunting time. However, what we do with that time is of the utmost importance. With the prison working in conjunction with outside employers to assist in finding qualified prisoners employment.
I understand the issues that my party wish to tackle will bring direct conflict with most staff. Issues such as longer association and free flow times, higher wages, better communication with personal officers. Help us to make Camp Hill a great working environment for the staff and inmates alike. Be true, vote blue, community environment.
I want to push for Rottles, release on temporary licence, so that before you get out, you have the opportunity to go in front of a prospective employer and get yourself a job.
In the past in prisons, changes from prisoners' perceptions were brought about by disturbances. The council, if that replaces that and gives them a forum where they can be heard legitimately, that's got to be something for the good.
If you vote for us, you will not be undersized, and we will take that chance to make a change and reverse what is going on so we can gain the right support. Recategorisation, Rottles, Oasis reports and probation. Unquestionably, this would be right, that the more voices, the louder the cry.
If the enthusiasm of the prisoners that we've seen on the Isle of Wight can
transform itself across the whole of the estate, then I think this is an absolutely fantastic project.
The Training Education Group, 63 votes. Housing and Employment, 37. Community Environment, 116. The Resettlement Group had 140 votes.
I was in Camp Hill and they were just setting up the prison council there, and I was well into my sentence. I only had a few weeks left, and well, I met Mark through the prison council and we just got on because he enjoyed my views and where I was coming from. And
I think the main thing that we could do is include people within the system, because we always feel like we're being dictated to. We always feel like we're being talked at and not being talked to. I mean, why am I the only young person here? I mean, shouldn't we be involved in the solution? If we're part of the problem, shouldn't we be included in the solution as well?
Here is our challenge to you. You made a very valid point. We need to include you, and we need to include young offenders. We want to get to the bottom of this. So it's not just men and women in suits talking to you, at you, as you say, but involve dialogue. We would be delighted to give you that challenge. We'd be delighted to work with you. Can you do that for us?
100%.
I'm passionate about believing that you need to give people a chance. I really do believe that. I was given a chance. Today, I'm a trusted person.
Sort of the underline of Use a Voice says only offenders can stop reoffending. And it brings the issue down on point. Yeah? And the point is that if that person isn't equipped with the necessary life skills or education, and I don't mean maths and English, I mean emotional-based education, the ability to live successfully within our community, we're not going to reduce it. But I really believe that Use a Voice will have a role into changing that, and I'm really looking forward to the future. We at Use a Voice believe that we can really make a difference, whether it be through our prison council or working within your community. But in order to do this and to roll out these programmes throughout the country, we need your help and support. There are so many people who can use their passion and first-hand knowledge to turn their lives around and contribute to change in society for the better. So please do get in touch and help us to reduce reoffending and cut it off at the source. Thank you.